My hot take of the day:
I do love a hot take. Go on, let's hear it.
pimple patches in public.
That's a weird thing to care about, but continue.
I feel like this has kind of become like a trend or like normalized over the past year.
I mean, people treating pimples has been a thing for a long time, but I don't think pimple patches have been around, that long. So, that makes sense.
Just don't understand why someone would choose to put a star on their face to go out in public and let it acquire pus throughout the day.
Well, I mean, the pus is already there, so if it's going to go anywhere, wouldn't you want it to go into something where it can be absorbed and also be, protected? That's what pimple patches are for. What a weird thing to be bothered by.
And I can already hear the comments, what does this have to do with you? Why are you so bothered with it? Other people's lives, not yours.
I mean, it's a valid question.
I value presentation, and so does everybody else. The way you present yourself directly reflects how much you value yourself, even around a bunch of strangers.
Not that having pimples devalues you, but by your logic, wouldn't wearing a pimple patch show people that you do value your appearance because you're dealing with your pimple? I don't know.
I don't walk out of the house in pajamas, and you would not catch me dead with a pimple patch on my face.
My daughters do get the occasional pimple. They're 9 and 12, and they do wear pimple patches. And I personally am so glad that my girls are in a place where they don't feel self-conscious about having pimples, and they don't spend all this time trying to cover it with concealer and caking it on and only making it look worse, which I've seen so many people do. Instead, there's just this kind of like liberation to it. They're like, yeah, I have a pimple and I'm wearing this patch. I'm taking care of it. I'm drawing all the pus out, and I'm treating it. And I even said to my older daughter, like, I'm so glad that you girls aren't self-conscious about having, an occasional pimple. And she said, why would anyone feel self-conscious about having a pimple, or wearing a pimple patch? And she's like, if I had a cut, I would put a Band-Aid on it and I wouldn't feel self-conscious about that. And I told her that was, a very good point. And quite frankly, I'm really glad that one thing is being taken off the table for girls and women, to feel self-conscious about. There's plenty. And instead of being self-conscious about it, just being like, yeah, got a pimple, treating it, owning it, it is what it is. That's liberating. It's liberating. And I think we need more and more of these things, not fewer. And we definitely don't need people being judgmental about things like that. And please, let's not forget that presenting yourself to the world, it isn't only external. Let's not forget that.